Hey guys, what's up? ClayQZult back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video guide. This time we're going into the elite version of the Crystal Tower, the Final Fantasy III event. This guide will only be covering that elite boss. If we need to do other ones, we can. I think they're pretty simple for you guys, though. This is a much easier event than the Final Fantasy IV event that we had before, where we had to fight Golbez, and it's very similar in the way it's structured. So essentially, you're going to go in here, and there are going to be 5 difficulties. You know, beginner all the way up to elite, and in each part of the, it's an exploration, but in each time you go up, you unlock a new part of the exploration. The way this differs from Final Fantasy IV is you don't have to keep fighting the bosses over and over again. There's only one boss per run, instead of having to fight each boss as you go through. There are treasure chests everywhere, plenty of treasure for you to get. There are one-time rewards, so essentially, just like the Final Fantasy IV event, you don't have to grind this event. It goes on for 2 weeks, and you just need to beat it once and you're out. You get the good rewards. And I'll go over the rewards and talk about them a little bit before we get into our team. The first, if you beat beginner, you get 100 lapis. Who doesn't want more lapis? It means more summons, things like that. The next reward is Royal Sword. It only has attack 37. We have better swords that are given to us. Not sure, maybe you have a team full of people who need to wield swords and you need an extra one. You could throw that on your dude. Reflect Mail is a heavy armor. It's weaker than the force armor we get from the Trial Demon Chimera, but defense 46, spirit 10, you know, that's pretty good to go on somebody else you want to make a little tanky that can wear heavy armor. Now here's the big one, the one I love. It seems like they're going into a routine where they make, I think it's pro version of the explorations of these events to give you the actual good weapon, the prize, and it's the Mighty Hammer. And this thing looks awesome. It has the lightning element on it, attack 72, HP 15%, reminds me of Thor's hammer, you know, if any of you guys are Thor fans out there. There aren't that many hammer wielders out there, but there are a few that are good, you know, Black Cat Lid, Van. I would want this on my Warrior of Light, as it gives HP 15%, making him that much more tanky, but I do love it, and you guys should all get it because it's awesome. And then on the elite version, of course, we're getting the Trust Moogle again. You can never have too many Trust Moogles. Going to be able to use them to get those TMs you guys have been looking for. So again, we're just going to be covering the last boss in the elite version, and now we're going to get into our team and how to set it up and what I'm using on each of my members of my team. Alright, so as you can see here, I'm taking Lena, Kain, Cecil, COD, and Kefka into the group with me. These are their equipments and their abilities I'm choosing to take. This should all be free to play, no TMs used here. The reason I'm taking this team is that I want a more physical damage team, and I want to, take COD. COD has Human Killer, the Human Killer passive, and that's really good when fighting this last boss, as he is a human. I want to take Kain just because, you know, a lot of you guys have access to him. Cecil's going to be my tank. This can also be swapped in for Warrior of Light. Anything you want. You can see on my Cecil I'm taking Barfira and Barstona. That's going to be good for later on. But yeah, this is the team. This is what I have equipped. You guys should be able to have this. Obviously, you guys can mix and match your units in as you need to, but overall, I think this is really good. We're also going to be taking a COD friend in with us, as COD just has that Human Killer passive with Barrage. Just got her 6-star, and she's really, really strong. You may see that I have Kefka here, and the reason I'm bringing in Kefka is because of his ability that he has, which is Escape. You guys should know now that in the game, in this exploration, there are dragons that start showing up in the pro version and also in the elite version. They're random encounters. I think you can encounter up to 5 of them. They have different colors. I think green being the easiest dragon and red being the overall more tough dragon. In this guide, I'm not going to be discussing the dragons, as we have a way to cheese them by escaping with Kefka. If you don't have Kefka, they have a friend point TM for escape. Maybe you could throw that on somebody. And there are other units that you can use with escape too. So essentially, you can go into this thing, escape from you can even escape from the mobs if you wanted to, escape from the dragons, and move forward to the boss, because that's what we're going to be discussing here. I may be making a guide on how to beat the dragons with a free-to-play team, or, you know, just describing what the dragons do later, because they are farmable for great rewards, such as a lot of Megasite, an elixir I think comes off of them, and some great 6-star mats. But for now, we're going to skip over them because there is a way to get through to them, and I want you guys just to be able to focus on this boss and taking him down. So let's move on to the fight. Something I just forgot to mention in that last one, I keep doing this, sorry about that guys, is Smoke Bomb is an item you can use to run away from the dragons. So you can get some smoke bombs, use it, and it lets you escape from a battle, and you can get away from the dragons. So just so you can get that trust move, you know what I mean? You can go back in for the challenge and fight the dragons if you want to. The green one being really easy, he's a pushover. The red one tearing that butt up, you know what I mean? He's kind of rough. So, if you want to go in there and fight him, sure. If you run into the green one, want to try to take him on, that's awesome. But in this guide, again, we're just moving forward, trying to teach you guys how to beat the last boss boss and get you guys to trust Moogle. Alright, back to the fight now. Back to the fight. Alright, guys, so this is the boss you guys are going to be encountering at the very end. Overall, I think he's very easy. Compared to Golbez, he's not that rough. He's not as bad as I thought he was. The thing about him is that he is weak 50% to light damage, and then he's resist 25% to lightning damage. So just take that into account. What will happen, I'll go turn by turn right now, and then we'll watch me actually fight him, and I'll discuss what I'm thinking and what I'm doing. You know, on his first turn, guys, he's going to cast his ability called Gauge, and it's going to reduce your strength, defense, magic, and spirit, or your attack, defense, magic, and spirit by 10%, and all elemental resistance down. So all of you guys are going down. You can't get this off of you as soon as it doesn't work, things like that, so it's going to be on you. Turn 2, he's going to cast Meteor, so he's like knocking down your spirit, and then he's just going to hit you with a meteor in the face. So that's pretty rough. And the way you deal with that is that on the first turn, again, he's not going to actually attack you, so you can use something to boost up your spirit, such as Focus, things like that. You can go ahead and buff up with Cheer also, and then you can do some attacks to him. And then when he casts Meteor, you can have everybody defend if you're worried somebody might die. As I have Kain in this party, you can just jump with him, and then the Meteor will miss, and then he'll come back down and do his damage, you know, and defense, things like that. That's the best thing you can do with that. On the next turn, he has the option of using Quake or Fire. So essentially, and he's going to do some auto attacks, so you want your tank to be provoking. So you can cast Barfira or Barstonra. It's random which one he uses, I'm pretty sure, so that may be a problem for you. You know, your weaker teammates might die to this if you don't cast it, because it is pretty strong. And remember, their SPR and their elemental resistance down, so it does hit pretty hard. The cool thing about COD, remember, is that she has all those elemental resist up, so even if they take him down, she's still going to be pretty good there. So that's why COD is key in this fight. He is a human. You are going to do more damage with Mankiller, okay? Next up, he has like these gauges in his HP that you guys are going to have to worry about. When he's lower than 70%, he will cast an ability called Dark Power. He buffs himself up, makes himself stronger, easy to deal with. Just dispel it, or if you don't have a dispel unit on your team, you can throw a Holy Torch on him, an item that uses dispel on the enemy. Another thing that he can do when he's lower than 25%, guys, he'll have a chance to use an ability. It says Weakened, its darkness awakens, and then he just does a big ability. If the tank, I think it's single target, so the tank has Provoke, it'll do it to that. It'll do it to your tank, so that's what you want to worry about there. When lower than 60% and 30%, and here is the RNG in the fight, guys. He will cast Time Stopper, and what Time Stopper is it will it has a chance to hit, everybody gets hit by it, and there's a chance it rolls the RNG clock, and then it'll stop you. And you don't get to do anything for the turn, and he'll cast it twice, you know, when he's lower than 60 and when he's lower than 30. So I've seen it do it as much as 4 people gets time stopped, and then he just beats the shit out of you and there's nothing you can do. In the video you can see that I have a close encounter where I think 3 of my remaining people that are alive, or I have 4 and 3 of them do get time stopped, and it makes it really rough. But other than that, the fight is easy. So again, you know, there's ways to prepare for a lot of his attacks, except for Time Stopper. There's not much you can do about that unless you have the Ribbon TM. I think that would work. I'm really not sure. But let's get into the fight now. I'll tell you step by step what I'm thinking and what happens. Alright guys, so now we're in the fight. Again, what I'm going to do is have my tank or my Cecil cast Focus. If you have Focus on your team, you want to put that up, because he is going to be casting Meteor and Cheer. And then after that, I'm just going to do my main attacks with Kain casting. I'm not gonna have him jump yet because remember Meteor's coming up, so I'm gonna have him go ahead and cast Raging Fist. I was trying to decide right here, as you guys have seen the video, what I was gonna do, and I was like, oh wait, I'll just Raging Fist and do some damage. That way I don't waste my jump. Cloud of Darkness, you want them using Barrage. It's gonna do a lot of damage. It's gonna be awesome. So my Cloud of Darkness and my friend Cloud of Darkness is gonna use Barrage, and then Kefka's gonna hit him with the Hyperdrive, you know, the big damaging ability he has. So we're gonna knock that out, and then the boss here on turn 1 again is gonna cast that debuff on you that you can't get off. You know, lower your elemental resist, lower your spirit, things like that, lower a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna go through the video. You can see me hitting him. I hit him pretty hard because the COD with the Mankiller does smack him pretty good in the face, so that's why you want to take a friend. Cecil jumps in front of Lena there, looking good. So now I'm gonna have Lena go ahead and cast, I think, Kuraja to get my team back up. They did get smacked a little bit. I'm gonna have Cecil go ahead and cast Provoke, because I need Provoke up because he does do auto attacks. Kane's gonna use his jump so he can avoid this Meteor that's about to smack us in the face. Cloud of Darkness, they're both gonna just go ahead and attack because they're tanky enough with their 6-star status to live through this. So they're gonna go ahead and use Barrage. And then Kefka's real squishy, so he's gonna go ahead and defend. And then the guy again, he's gonna cast Meteor. So we'll see what happens here. Again, you see that weakness proccing. That's from the Mankiller ability proccing, and they do a lot of damage. You can see we already have them down pretty far. it does make it tougher when you start hitting these, so he's casting Meteor, but it does make it tougher when you hit these HP thresholds in a row. Like, he may cast Time Stopper and then buff himself and stuff like that. Like, there are several things he can do here. So look, there's a lot of damage there, but we do have our mages that can help us out. I end up using Karaja here twice, you know, to make sure we're full health, but it might have been more beneficial to cast one of the Barfira or Barstona that I did take on my Cecil, but if I guessed it wrong, the Karaja would obviously be more helpful. So we go ahead and we cast Karaja, I thought, so we don't get, you know, hit in the face with RNG too much. Kefka's going to go ahead and cast Hyperdrive. He had full health. You know, I feel like he's pretty safe right now. Cloud of Darknesses, what are they doing? They're hitting Barrage up. They're knocking this guy down. They are our damage dealers. That's what we're going for here, guys. So Barrage and Hyperdrive hitting him in the head. So here, we're hitting thresholds. Again, like I said, we're passing them too fast because our people are kind of strong. So, as we talked earlier, he has abilities he can do, so we can see what he does here. He's going to cast Dark Power on himself, and then he's just going to auto-attack 3 times, I do believe. But we have Provoke, so we just... Oh, it's 4 times. So we just hit Cecil 4 times. We're going to use the spell now, because he just buffed himself up. We're going to have Lena go ahead and hit him with the spell. You can use Holy Torch here. And Cecil, here, I think I use Karaja. Focus. Okay, I'm buffing up my focus. Because, see, this is my thought process. I use Barfira or Barstona, but then I was like, well, what if I just buff up my Spirit? You know, it'll make my Kefka do a little more damage, and it'll help me take less damage from one of these two. And if I guessed it wrong, he would have wasted a turn. So, you know, it's for me, it's kind of weird. I don't know what he's going to do, so it's kind of upsetting. I wish he had a normal things he would do. So, again, we hit him with Barrages, the jump ability with Kayn, and the Kefka Hyperdrive, and then he's super, super low. We're hitting those thresholds. Time Stopper, and then Quake. So he casts Time Stopper, and Quake actually just kills Kefka, which is insane. You can see me circling here. I couldn't believe it. He was at full health and just gets smacked in the mouth. I think Time Stopper missed everyone here. No, I hit with the Cloud of Darkness, so it only hit one. Again, guys, you could hit everybody and nobody would have a turn. So right now I'm going to heal with both of my healers and Lena and Cecil, and then the only person I have left to do with, I try to actually use my Cloud of Darkness and notice, oh wait, it stopped, and then I use Barrage, guys, and we're hitting him up. Now we're going to hit him past the next threshold, which is the 30% to use, I think it's 30% to use Time Stopper again, so he has a chance to use that on us, and again, he's going to use Barfira, or, not Barfire, excuse me, he's going to use Fire or Quake, which is the earth damage, and he does, and he smacks us, and then we go to our turn, and 3 of our people, I think Kayn just jumped, so he's not down, but he hit 2 of our people again with the stop, which sucks. I was really worried I was going to die here. I was like, come on, man. 2 of them got smacked in the face, so then I'm like, Cloud of Darkness, Cloud of Dankness, save me, use Barrage, get in there, and as you can see, actually I hit Kayn, but Kayn and 3 of our people are hit by the stop, which is, you know, it's just RNG, man. It could have hit all of them, and then I would have really got killed. So he's down this far. He's going to cast Fire now, and he smacks our Cecil a lot, and he goes down, but this time everybody's up. He's on low health. He ain't living through this, guys. He ain't living through this. So we didn't get to see his big move or whatever he does at 20%. But we're going to cast Cheer. We could have cured there, but I think we're going to take him down because essentially Kayn is going to dodge his ability with his jump, and then our 2 CODs are going to hit him pretty hard. So that's why I chose to use Cheer to increase our attack damage so we can finally knock him out and kill him, and so we can get our prize. Remember, guys, they're in this event. There are treasure chests in the big room if you guys have seen them. In that big room, you can't open them until you clear each of the stages. You know, you can open some as you go through, but essentially you don't even want to go in there until you beat all the stages that you can, knock it out, and you know, you can open all the treasure chests at the end. So once you beat Elite, you do want to go back in at least one more time. It doesn't matter if you go in a beginner or whatever. Go into that chest room and open all the chests, because now they've all unlocked and everything like that. Overall, I say this is a pretty easy event. It's kind of disappointing, but I'm not sure if the dragons are kind of like the thing you should be worrying about here, because I feel like the dragons, especially the red dragon, is harder than the main boss. But again, you could just smoke bomb or escape from him and you wouldn't have to worry about it. So this is my video. I hope it helps you guys out. If anybody's struggling out there with it, give it a thumbs up if it helped you. Comment down below and tell me how you're doing. And if you want a dragons video, I can try to make a farming dragons video to teach you guys how to farm the dragons. And subscribe for future content. I'll see you guys next time. Later.